Dan is an owner of an advertising agency. They have about 5 employees and they have $850,000 in annual revenue. Now, Dan has had a slow growth, but he's loved every minute of it. He's been doing a great job building his agency, hiring those 5 people. He knows enough to know that it's just not worth his time or his team's time to deal with the writing of the financial story. And he also has no interest to try to figure out taxes. So he pays somebody else not only to review, but to report on all of his tax-related filings, income tax filings, that is. So he's chosen to outsource all of that. Now, much to my chagrin, he has chosen not to hire a full-blown management accountant. So he doesn't really have great insights into what's going on in his business. He's got a general bookkeeper. They're probably running on cash basis or pseudo accrual basis of accounting books, but nothing that's really super meaningful for him. He's saying, yeah, I'll do it myself, but not really paying much attention to it. And as a result, his business isn't going to grow super fast. He's not going to make really great decisions. He'll make okay gut decisions because he's choosing to DIY the review and the reporting for management and investors. Again, he himself is the investor, so it's kind of all squished together. 1 and 3 are squished together. Now for billing and collections, he does want to do that himself because so much of the business is relational. He's working with companies and he has really good relationships. What he doesn't want to do is he doesn't want to hire this out to a third-party provider who doesn't have the same engagement with the customers. The last thing he needs is for a bookkeeper or an accountant to totally screw his brand when they're dealing with his customers. So he's like, I will deal with billing and collections. Thank you very much. So he's choosing to do that himself. Payables, not a super complex business from a payables perspective. Again, most of the costs are going to come through swiping that credit card or payroll, as we're going to cover in a minute. Those are going to be the majority of his costs. He might get 1 or 2 invoices here or there, but it's not enough to really outsource it. So he's going to DIY this. Finally, we got to payroll. And like he thought about for tax accounting and the other accounting above, he's like, not worth my time. I know I can do DIY stuff here, but I'm not really interested. So I'm going to overlook this. I'm going to have somebody else, I'm going to outsource this and make sure somebody else is doing this for me. I'm going to hire a professional. So as a result of what you see off to the right-hand side, Dan is going to be spending $3,500 a month, which comes in just on the low end of the average spend that we would see in a small business. $3,500 for all of this, 4.9%. More than Hazel in our first scenario, but as we're going to find out, still less than what we see in scenario number 3.